Hello, my lovelies. Let's do a pick a pile reading for some shadow work. So this is blue goldstone, pile 1, or black tourmaline, pile 2. Which one you want? Pile 2, this is going to be your reading. Pile 1 is already posted. All right, we're going to start with conversations with our inner self. Let's see what we need to know for our shadow work this week. What are some conversations we could have with ourself this week? Topics that we need to address, triggers that might need to come out. Stopping freedom. What is stopping you from experiencing freedom? Hidden self. What parts of yourself do you feel that you have to hide at work or school? Inner conflict. What is your greatest inner conflict? Limiting beliefs. What are your self-limiting beliefs and traits? What traits do you dislike the most about yourself? Some food for thought this week. How do we integrate and find the balance? Let's see what we need to know. Tell us how we integrate and find the balance of our shadow this week. Joy. Think of a time when you felt a spark of joy and inspiration. Where were you and what were you doing? Inner warrior. How does your inner warrior help you confront your shadow self? Dream life. Envision your dream life. What would your daily experience be if you were living your dream life tomorrow? What is holding you back from experiencing this? Boundaries. How can you use your shadow self to strengthen your boundaries? And on your deathbed. Imagine you are on your deathbed. While laying in bed, your parents walk in. What are the last things that you say to them? All right, let's see what we have for our shadow work. What do we need to know? What is hidden from us that needs to be exposed so we can integrate and find the balance? Oh, there it is. All right. So we have some disharmony in a love situation. I feel like somebody may have broken your heart. I feel like there's been either some deception, a lot of imbalance, physical needs not being met, emotional needs not being met, and that something is probably coming to an end if it hasn't already. I feel like there's been a lack of communication. I feel like that's also something that needs to change, and maybe it's not able to. I feel like somebody's holding back from taking a leap of faith in a new direction. I feel like there's lots of hesitation to maybe leave a certain situation behind. The question is why? It looks like you're afraid of a new offer coming in. Maybe you are stuck in stagnant energy out of fear, and maybe that's something that's potentially holding you back. But I feel like this new offer is being blocked by the fact that you're unable to step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith somewhere. What else do we need to know? All right, you're also blocking your own abundance coming in. So by staying in stuck, stagnant energy where things are not going to change and there's no communication, it feels kind of hopeless. And so I feel like you're blocking your own abundance, yeah? Self-imposed. You've got to shift your perspective in order to see this situation for the truth, right? Whatever it actually is. Is this person in your life meeting those needs? Are you needing to meet those needs? Or are you expecting this person to be a mind reader and just know? If there's no communication, how in the world would they know what you need? You have to be willing to communicate. Maybe you are and they're not. So either way that fits, I feel like there needs to be some sort of reciprocal energy, and there isn't currently, it looks like. Also a hollow victory, like maybe you get what you want temporarily, but it fizzles right back out. So something drastically needs to change. I feel like the tower being out here tells us that it won't be near as bad as you think it is to go in a new direction, but you have to be willing to take that first step in order to try new things. How do we integrate and find the balance? All right, you're looking for fulfillment, and I feel like this isn't it, that you're not getting what you need out of a situation, and so it creates a lot of inner turmoil and struggle. You need to go away from the conflict and go towards peace, whatever that happens to be, whether it's physically moving, leaving something. I feel like if you're unwilling to change, the tower moment is coming. You have the tower out of both. So this tells us that if you try yourself to make changes, it won't be as bad. If you hesitate, I feel like the divine is stepping in and creating the change that needs to be there in order to get you where you're supposed to be. I feel like you're burnout and exhausted. Maybe love is something that you shy away from because you don't want to go down the same road again. Maybe you're kind of What they're giving me a scenario of you're like putting love up on a shelf. It's like you feel like it's out of reach to you. And I feel like that's not the truth. The truth is that love wants to come in for you. Abundance wants to come in. There is more money potentially coming for you. Unexpected money, pay raise, promotion, enough to be able to share the wealth. The Empress is out here. Maybe you've found your divine counterpart, but something's holding you back from being with them. I feel like in the divine energy that she sits in, she's creative, she's intuitive, she's nurturing, she's respected. She's somebody who is valued in who she is and what she brings to the table, and I feel like that's what's lacking in your current situation. They don't see your value. It doesn't mean that your value is any less. If I handed you $100 bill and I ripped it up shortly before I handed it to you, it's still worth $100. It didn't lose its value. It's just in a different form. So maybe you need to kind of put things back together. So Spirit is saying that you need to really shift your perspective here, because something isn't as it appears. You're seeing the negative instead of the positive. Change can actually be a blessing for you, but do you see it that way, or do you see it as something negative? I feel like you overthink a lot of things. That's okay. A lot of people do. But this is causing you to lose sleep at night, and so that's where it becomes a problem. I feel like there is something that needs to be kind of laid to rest, and you need to stop worrying about it so much and give it back to the divine. Lots of heartbreak in the past. I feel like you need to overcome that and start healing. You need to let the burdens be of the past. Shadow work telling us to face our fears in order to make changes. So taking a good hard look in the cosmic mirror, you start to realize that it's you that can facilitate change. It's you that can trigger these things to be for the better or for the worse. And so walk away from the things that cause you the pain and the burdens. Work on healing. And then the reflection staring back at you becomes something very different. Death is an indication that things need to end once and for all, that we can't keep going round and round. Something's got to give. So let it finally be over and start a new cycle and close the old chapters. What else is hidden from us? All right. Definitely an imbalance here. Could be with a divine masculine. They might not be in their divinity as well. They might need to do some shadow work of their own to try and work on some things. But I feel like this person wants to win at all costs. And in this depiction, he's kind of taken off the opponent's head. I feel like he's coming in regardless of whether he's ready or not. I feel like he's ready to just kind of see what happens and kind of roll the dice and go, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to see where this shit goes. But somebody needs to release this burden that they've carried for far too long. There's been so many delays in this situation. I feel like the delays are going to be over soon. So let's see what our outcome is for this reading. What do we need to know? All right. There are improvements. I feel like somebody's going to come out of the doghouse. I do feel like financially speaking, things start to improve as well. This person wants marriage and commitment, and I feel like they're coming in guns blazing because they're coming in with a new offer that is genuine, but somebody's still kind of stuck. So how do we release being stuck? You're going to have to see things differently. What is going on with this connection? What's the ultimate outcome here? All right, so it looks like somebody's manifesting. I feel like this person sees that you're getting a lot of attention. Maybe you're going through some sort of glow up as well. And I feel like this person does not want somebody else to actually end up with you, the Emperor again. So he's coming into his divine power, and I feel like he's coming towards you with a legitimate offer of commitment. We have the Empress and the Emperor both in the upright. We have the Hierophant as well. I feel like you're both manifesting a fresh start with each other. The question is, are you ready for it? Are you doing the inner work in order to be with your life partner, the one you're destined to be with? The question is yours. You have to decide, shift your perspective or keep continuing a cycle that doesn't work.